Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Lionheart from Lion Thang Gaming, and today I'm back at you again with another NBA 2K19 video. So if you like the video you're about to see,
Brownie's checked in for the Timberwolves.
hit that like, subscribe,
Early on in the
and
season, some players locked and loaded, others trying to find their groove. Clark, did you tend to be a fast starter, or did it take you some time to get a flow for your game as a season starter?
You know, Kevin, in my relatively short career, I experienced both. My rookie season, I started a little slow. I was in really good shape, knew I was going to play a lot, but it took a minute for me to find my traction. I started fast in my third year because I had been around the block a couple of times. I knew what my offseason needed to be like, and I had gotten off to a terrific start in my third and fourth year. And then the injury happened, and that was it. But I experienced both.
On the court for Minnesota, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Brown out there with Teague, and it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. Smith dishes to Jordan. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And, you know, Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
Matthews, no one around him, fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
And their offense already in a flow, some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Back to Wiggins. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Shot clock at 6. And it's Towns missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And there's the foul. It's on Clutch. That's his first foul. Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Timberwolves also changing it up. Jang, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Tolliver comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Rose in for Jeff Teague. Smith drawn the double team, hit his foot. And the refs whistling a kick ball. And the Mavericks with some changes. Mejri comes in for Jordan. And Barea subbed in for Dennis Smith. Over in the corner, Matthews. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up on the wing. Connects. The jumper drops. Matthews has got his second basket.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
Jang, the pass to Rose. Dishes to Brown. Here's Jang. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Rick Carlisle.
Well, Kevin, they have a specific approach to tonight's game. He told me they have to get the ball into the paint as much as possible and take advantage of what they believe is a big inch for them inside. We'll see if they're right about that tonight. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Dallas leading by 12. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. No good from outside.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Rose against Barea. Now here's Brown. He's guarded closely. Back to Rose. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his first foul.
Oh, what a terrible.
No one near Smith as he lets it go. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Smith's got 11 points.
Well, Smith is both a volume and efficient three-point scorer. I mean, he shoots a lot of them, but he makes a good percentage of them, too.
On the court for Minnesota, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague out there with Brown, and it's Wiggins in at the 3. Outside for Barea. For 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got his 3rd assist on the night. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Mavericks.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And it doesn't look like they'll be giving up on any plays tonight either. Their offensive rebounding has also been equally as impressive.
And Taj Gibson, 6'9", but his long arms help make him a big factor defensively, Clark.
Well, I think his defense has really been his value to teams. 2017-18, he had career highs in all his shooting percentages. This guy's just what you call a rock-solid two-way player.
And it's blocked by Jordan.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Timberwolves trail by 14. Teague kicks to Wiggins. Pass to Gibson. Towns sets the pick for Gibson. Wiggins dishes to Teague. Towns the screen. Teague drives in and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Teague's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Brown outside. And stolen by Jordan. Here's Smith. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Brown inside. He's against Smith. And it's Brown missing. Mavericks leading by 14. To the middle. Here's Nowitzki. And the jam by Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, and Smith doing a nice job getting his teammates involved. Terrific at spotting the open man.
Towns the screen. Wiggins passes to Brown. He kicks to Towns. Oh, that's blocked. Smith with it. Now guarded by Gibson. Barnes can't get it to go.
And, you know, the defense was probably in the C-plus range there. I mean, I'm sure he feels like that's one he should have made, that layup.
Brown. Excellent defense there from Smith.
You know, he can be a little hesitant near the rim. We saw it there. If the defense offers just a little bit of resistance, he doesn't take it up quite strong enough.
Another three for Dallas.
Another one. Man, he's just gotten into a great rhythm out there.
And I tell you what, Greg, once he finds that rhythm, he's hard to guard. Shots come easy for him.
And it's going to be a 3-second call.
So a moment now to see the story on Jeff Teague. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 14 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a...
The Mavericks will go for a different look here. Measury, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Mike Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Matthews, he's checked in for Doncic. And Barea subbed in for Dennis Smith. Timberwolves also changing it up. Zhang comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Brown in for Jeff Teague. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Wiggins and Zhang at the small forward and power forward spots. Brown out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Towns in at the center, locking down the middle. In the NBA, Clark, great offense sometimes overcomes great defense. The fadeaway jumper, an example of one of the more unstoppable shots players make.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, you think of guys like Dirk Nowitzki, LeBron James. Dirk's was so unorthodox, and at his size, just impossible to get to his shot when he stepped away from you. And LeBron has mastered it with his athleticism and strength. I mean, he'll fade away and fade 8-10 feet away from you and still get that shot off. So those two guys, I mean, if you're talking about major fadeaways currently in the last decade, I don't think you could find anybody that would top them.
5 on the clock. Barnes kicks to Barea. A 3-ball. Another shot and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. In fourth, the Timberwolves.
And this team in terms of scoring off of turnovers. That became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
No good on the second free throw. And Clark, the Dallas Mavericks, it used to be that you could count on them being in the playoffs almost every single season.
Yeah, that was the case right before these last 2 years. I mean, they made the postseason 15 out of 16 times prior to that. Proud ownership, consistent ownership, outstanding coaching. It won't be long before they're really good again.
Here's Matthews. Here's measuring. Banked in off the glass.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
Brown kicks to Tolliver. Powell with the steal. Fast break, Dallas. Matthews leading the charge. And that one, good. Matthews has got his first 2 points of the night.
And, you know, it's hard to keep pace with Matthews, especially in transition because he's got such speed.
Brown the pass to Rose. Jang with the screen for Rose. Here's Brown. Oh, that's blocked. Barnes kicks to Barea. Passes it to Powell. Over in the corner, Matthews. Drills it from outside. And now just a 5-point Timberwolves lead. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Mavericks.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. They actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Smith with a wide open look. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Smith's got 7 points in the game. So on the floor for Minnesota, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Butler teams with Wiggins as the deadly wing duo. And it's Brown in at the point. Matthews, no one around him. Another 3 for Dallas.
And a big-time run there. They are peaking at the right time here to take the lead.
Well, offense and defense guys are complementing each other really well here. This is good basketball to watch.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Knocked away. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Barnes against Wiggins. For 3, Smith hits the three-point bomb. Smith's got the lead up to 2 now for Dallas.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, the Mavericks were ecstatic when Dennis Smith Jr. fell to them with the 9th pick of the 2017 draft. For a team in need of athleticism and size at the point guard, it's been a hand-and-glove fit. The 6'3" Smith has a 48-inch vertical, one of the highest ever measured.
A terrific young player, an elite NBA athlete. David, that's for sure. Good stuff, thanks. And that one drops. And it's a 4-point Dallas lead.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Down low. He's covered by Matthews. And it's Brown missing. And there's the foul. It's on Clutch. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
And it's Smith missing.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
The shot by Butler. Nobody around. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Shoots from 8. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 12 points for Smith.
Wow, that is strong production there. When Smith gets going, he's really hard to slow down.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Brown dishes to Gibson. Brown the pass to Butler. Knocks it loose. Brown kicks to Towns. Outside Butler. Over Matthews.
Commendations to Wesley Matthews for the defense. Always hustling and scrapping, doing whatever he can to annoy his man.
And over the last 5 seasons, Jimmy Butler had one of the top minutes per game loads of any player in the league. Clark, do you think that had anything to do with his knee injury in February of 2018?
Really hard to say, Kevin. I mean, meniscus issues can result from overuse, but we're not sure if that was the case with Jimmy. Tibbs has always played his best players big minutes, and Jimmy Butler was one of his best players. So we see a lot of franchises, though, taking a bit of a different tack in terms of minutes played for their star players, trying to massage and manage those a little better because of the concern about overuse.
Jordan the screen. Towns against Barnes. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
A moment here to see the stats for Butler. Great showing for him last season. 4th in steals, and he ranked in the top 15 in points per game. One of the league's premier offensive threats.
And as you pointed out, he was top 5 in steals last season. Just a lethal combination of great physical ability and acute mental preparation. That's good from Barnes.
And though some were skeptical of the contract Harrison Barnes signed, he's lived up to it. Not an elite player yet, but is emerging on a franchise caliber level and continues to improve and is strong and consistent really on both ends of the floor.
And it's Brown missing. Mavericks leading by 3. Lobs it up for Jordan. A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
Brown. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And great with Barnes, beyond what he does on the floor, he does everything right off the floor.
Yeah, I mean, this organization just loves his intangibles and demeanor as a leader. Incredible work ethic that allows him to keep refining his game. Still very young and is growing into the player this team hoped he'd be.
Smith for 3. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And I tell you what, if the defender is not on Smith before the pass, it's too late because he's always ready to fire, and he burns.
Here's Brown. A shot off that time. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Tough night. I mean, they attacked on both ends, and unfortunately for them, they just got called for a lot of fouls.
Yeah, they were too physical and a little bit out of position. They were rough out there, but ultimately the physicality led to fouls, and that hurt them.
And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Dennis Smith. The Timberwolves made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And as a team, excellent a season ago. About 80% when they got to the line.
And Brown drops them both.
Well, last season, the Wolves ended a 14-year playoff drought. It was the longest in the association. And they did it in dramatic fashion. A winner-take-all overtime victory in the final game of the season against the Nuggets. I actually watched that game, and it was worth staying up late for.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. Gibson with it, picked up by Nowitzki. Here's Brown. Drops in the layup for 2. Brown's got 5 points in the quarter.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And if the regular season brought encouragement for the Wolves, Clark, the postseason showed us just how far they've got to go.
That's right. That's exactly right, Kevin. A win in the first round, just 1 win. The Rockets were a hard matchup for them, but there's a big... Mercy, mercy me. Yeah, Smith doesn't mind showing off his dunking ability. This guy can throw it down with a little flavor.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Early on in the season, some players locked and loaded, others trying to find their groove. Clark, did you tend to be a fast starter, or did it take you some time to get a flow for your game as a season starter?
You know, Kevin, in my relatively short career, I experienced both. My rookie season, I started a little slow. I was in really good shape, knew I was going to play a lot, but it took a minute for me to find my traction. I started fast in my third year because I had been around the block a couple of times. I knew what my offseason needed to be like, and I had gotten off to a terrific start in my third and fourth year. And then the injury happened, and that was it. But I experienced both.
1:44 left in the first half. Doncic kicks to Barea. Again, the Mavericks score.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Timberwolves trail by 6. And there's the pass to Towns. Butler on the wing. Pass to Brown. Towns in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Butler passes to Brown. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, you see the great reach as well as the relentless pursuit shown by Towns. He's simply saying, not here, not now, not in my house.
Now here's Barea. Defense is right there to the paint. Here's Mesri. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Tom Thibodeau is a demanding coach, Clark. We know that. His teams have responded, though, but sometimes the clock runs out and we're heading to halftime. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. A fantastic game from Dennis Smith in this one.
Yeah, so far.
Different look for Dallas. Mesri, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Dwight Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And it's Matthews in for Doncic. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Jang, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Tolliver comes in for Taj Gibson. Brown, he's checked in for Butler. And Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague. Matthews and Barnes, they're the wings. Powell is out there with Mesri, and it's Barea in at the point guard position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Here's Jang. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Barea kicks to Matthews for the lead. Connects from three-point range. Matthews has got 11 points.
Excellent demonstration there of squaring himself up towards the basket. Matthews knocking it down from deep.
Brown against Matthews. Brown the pass to Jang. And yes, it's good.
Being aware there, excellent recognition, fantastic playmaking leading to the nice shot.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Minnesota.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Rose, he's checked in for Minnesota. Brown outside. It's rebounded by Dallas. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game.
That one drops for him.
Kevin, a big guy with an emerging skill set. Jang ruling the paint there. Nice play.
Barea with it. 6 points for him. Powell, the pass to Matthews. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Rose kicks to Brown. It's rebounded by Dallas. Mejri's got his 6th rebound on the night. Barea against Rose. Barea, the pass to Mejri. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got 4 assists in the game. And finished off by Jang.
And that's the role they want for Rose. Getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Outside Matthews. Another 3 for Dallas.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Jang dishes to Tolliver. It's tipped. It's stolen. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, you know what's so impressive about Jang? Improvement in almost every category across the board, but especially hitting free throws. And, you know, Gorgui Dieng, not just remarkable for his basketball talent, but for how he's given back to his native country of Senegal. I mean, we talk about unselfishness all the time in the basketball sense, but this is really unselfishness in the greatest and truest sense.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Timberwolves trail by 3. And you mentioned the philanthropy of Jang. It goes way beyond running a basketball camp or cutting a check.
Yeah, he owns over 100 acres in Senegal where he tutors local farmers. I mean, he's got a real passion for farming. Maybe more significantly, his contributions to hospitals in that poverty-stricken region, literally changing and saving lives.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Yeah, you know what? The defense can't keep giving him these looks. I mean, he looks really comfortable shooting from these spots on the floor.
And it's Brown missing. Mavericks leading by 4. Barnes passes to Matthews. Up and in on the layup. Matthews has got 23 points.
Defense has no answer for him. I mean, none. They look completely lost. He's been on fire.
Here's Nunley, covered by Barnes. Barea against Rose. Pass to Brown. Matthews with the rebound. Matthews has got his 3rd rebound on the night. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with. The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Timberwolves trail by 9. On the wing, Brown. He's covered by Matthews. In the corner, it's Jang. Outside, Rose. Brown kicks to Jang. Shoots over Mejri. And he overshot that one, missing. Mavericks leading by 9. Passes it to Matthews. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Barnes left side. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Barnes has got 20.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And so it's Dallas holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We come back. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big...
So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is